right, thanks for stopping in again. We're going to give one more, well, not one more, we may do others. We're going to give another shot at the oil pastels. I wasn't too happy with the last one I did, but I'm going to keep working, and maybe, like I said, I think maybe on landscapes I can make it work a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I've sketched a stand of birch trees right there. I know you probably can't see them. I don't know that with these oil pastels, if you're going to be able to see them for a minute, but we're going to give it but you will soon. So let me see. Let me grab some. Let's get this started. This is fairly simple. Should be. So it should be fairly simple. We're going to see if we can make something out of it. We're going to see if we can make these pastels work, the oil pastels work. For me at least. I know other people can do it. I know there's bound to be somebody out there and I haven't researched it, but I'm sure there's great oil pastel paintings. I'm sure most people who do it, they forgot more than I know about it. But I never could get it to work, and that's why I'm kind of curious. Because I'd like to, hopefully I can learn something from this. I know I come back up here every day or to try to learn something and maybe help people pass some time. This is going to be easy to get. That's a big tree. Let me see. I've got to keep myself oriented here. I sketch these lines. It's easy to put color where color doesn't go. But I think I'm noticing with these oil pastels that you got to be pretty aggressive with them, which I'm always trying to be careful not to put too much paint on something, you know. I think that's a habit from growing up with not a lot, so you didn't want to waste anything. I think I've ever broken out of that habit. I know many years ago, about 15 years ago, I guess, I did one semester at Methodist University, and the thing that kind of bugged the teacher is I didn't want to use paper. I didn't want to waste paper. She wanted us to do gesture drawings, and I just didn't, you know, I was trying to do it and save paper, you know, and they have like stacks of it, and doing gesture drawings the way they wanted to, you just waste one page after another, it seemed like to me. And I think that kind of frustrated her. She said, use the paper. To me, it was such a waste. Yeah, you gotta be, I don't know. I don't know what you can see on this. I'll have to review it, but I haven't started putting other colors in here. I'm just putting the white in here for the birch. And the faster I get, the sloppier it's looking too. See, so that's why I try not to be too quick. Yeah, it's not looking so hot. But I'm hoping to make it look like something. And if I manage to do that, we'll have learned something. We'll have learned something. Yeah, you have to be you have to be aggressive with these, which is rough, you know. So I'm gonna, okay. All right, so these birch trees they got, what makes them beautiful is they've got these dark black spots on them. Beautiful stand of trees, birch. Beautiful stand of trees. Yeah. So maybe it's a very simplistic landscape, but I'm trying to make this look like something, so that's what I gotta do. I went too complicated on that first. Drawing because it was from a pencil sketch that I did, and it was a bit too complicated for this, I think, for me at least. Yeah, so you can go back and look at that if you want to. You'll see what we wound up with. Christmas in Dixie, snow in pine. Yeah. Thing is, there's a lot of birch trees. A lot of birch trees here, so that's all right. We're gonna hopefully get something out of this. We're gonna hopefully get something out of this, and I don't want to get stuck in one spot. Like I said, you got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. Well, I can't get this pastel out of the box. It's not the color I wanted. It's not the color that I wanted. Christmas in Dixie, snowing in the pine. See, I like the brightness of these colors. It's just that I can't, I just want to get them to work for me where I can get something out of it that looks halfway okay, Christmas in Dixie, snowing in fine. I don't know, maybe you can see something by now starting to come together. know, I can't tell, and I got this camera on, I got the light in my face, and I can't see what you guys are seeing. We're gonna see what we can get out of this. We're gonna see what we can get. I'm hoping we can get this to look halfway right. If you joined me yesterday or whatever day that was, I don't know, I may have deleted that video, but I was talking about Colorado, and I used to live in Grand Junction. I used to go up to the Grand Mesa often, and my mother lived in Colorado a lot longer than I did, but she liked it. And up there's a lot of stands of birch trees. It's beautiful. If you ever get a chance, it's a good place to go. Sit up there. They have campsites. Beautiful place. Crystal clear. Mountain lakes that are so cold. You can put your beer in there, and it'll keep it cold. Certainly will. Beautiful place. Birch trees. Stands of birch, lots of them. And granite rock slides up there. Big old granite blocks. They got some wildlife up there, though. You gotta be careful. Black bears usually don't bother you that much. They do have other things up there, but like I said, things will leave you alone pretty much if you don't bother them. I was climbing up a rock slide when I was a young man up there. I lived in Colorado for about 16 years. I was in the Army, but I was never home. So. But I was on a granite slide up there on the Grand Mesa one time, and I was climbing up it, and I was about halfway up. And a granite slide, if you've ever been on one, it's got gaps in between those big blocks, and you get a leg in there, you can break your arm, you know. So it's not for the clumsy. But I was halfway up that slide and noticed some motion to my left, and I looked over, and about probably 15 feet from me was a wolverine, and climbing up the slide at the same time I was. We looked at each other at the same time. I was halfway up that slide. There was no way I could run. No way, you know. And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and we decided just to leave each other alone. He turned his head back and continued to climb, and so did I. But that was a scary moment. It's like, man, if he decides to come across this rock slide, there's no way I can avoid him. You know, and they can end you if they want. They'll hook into you with their front legs and their teeth, and you're not getting away. And they'll gut you with their back feet. You know, there's no way you're gonna get away from one on a rock slide. You know, so it was a intense moment there that I won't forget. I was a young man then. I wasn't very smart anyway. Not that I am now. But yeah, that was, I didn't even see him before then. I didn't hear him at all. He was fully grown. He was a big rascal. But yeah, it's a beautiful place. So hopefully we're gonna get something out of this. Hopefully we're gonna get something out of this. I don't know. We're gonna try at any rate. These black spots are not even on these trees. I mean, if you've been there, you know. I mean, you've seen birch trees. A lot of you seen birch trees. Beautiful trees. Very handy. Bark from these trees are handy back in the day. Still are if you need it. I'm just trying to mark where my trees are so I don't so I don't start putting stuff in the wrong spot. These little dots help me define where the tree is. I sketched these trees with a pencil, so, and it was kind of, it was just random. And then after I got the lines on there, it's kind of hard to just discern where you wanted the tree and where the negative space was. Yeah, those trees are beautiful. They certainly are. Certainly are. Let me see what the time is. Yeah. I try not to make these videos too long. People don't want to hang out that long, but sometimes maybe people want to kill some time, you know, so I make a long one once in a while. I usually make short videos, so you know, so people can. I may cut this off soon, and then continue to work on it, and you can come back and see what happened. But we'll keep going for now. We'll keep going for now. I just never know what people are interested in, or how much time they want to. Most people are too busy, or they don't want to spend time. Young ones especially, I know, don't. Most of them got a very short attention span, and it's not that interesting anyway. But this is gonna be all right. So now we're gonna try to make something out of this. So we're gonna try to make this. We're gonna try to make these darn pastels work for us. We're gonna try. I don't usually just do landscapes. To me, it's just boring, but I usually try to put people in there. I didn't. This was quick, so plus I just want to see if I can do one. And even this, I was thinking of trying to put somebody in there, but I was in a hurry. It's like, nah, let me get this started. Putting people in there takes time, so I was too lazy. Too lazy. We'll come back. I want to get this started, and so you can see what I'm trying to do, and then I'll continue with it. I'm hoping we can make this look presentable, but it's going to take a lot of work, and it may not turn out presentable anyway. You know, but I'm going to be aggressive with this paint and see if that's the way to go. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it is, maybe it is not. Yeah, I gotta be aggressive with this. I'm noticing. But I do like these colors from these pastels. Very bright, very vibrant. I do like it. Very vibrant colors. Thing is, I don't like being too aggressive with any kind of artwork because I'm afraid. Because you can ruin. You can get things looking halfway decent, and you can ruin it in 1 second. You know, where you might be able to make it recover, and then you might not. And that's really frustrating when you're trying hard to make something work. You know. The thing is, this is just, and when you're making stuff up as you go along, you know, it's it's easy. First, you got to try to make it look like something out of thin air, and then you can easily screw it up. But that's the thing. You got to try anyway. You got to try anyway, and if you manage to work it long enough to make it look like something, that's very satisfying, you know. But and this is not the only color I'm going to put in here. I'm just putting. You might think, oh, that's it. No. But and even this after I have. What have I done here? Yeah, see, I got so many lines close together, it's difficult to see what is what. I didn't take the time to really define anything with a pencil. Just a basic, basic layout. Where are we at now? We're at 25 minutes. Let's see. Let's get something. Let's get something going here. Yeah. Let's add a little. Yeah, I'm going to cut this video here and then in a minute, and then I'll come back. I'll work on it some more, and I'll work on it some more, and then come back to it, and because this is going to take some time. So we're going to cut it here, and this is going to be. I'm just going to put Birch tree number 1. This will be a pastel birch tree number 1. I try to make the headings as short as I can. Yeah, pastel birch tree number 1. And then I'll work on it some more, and then I'll come back and do another video. Thanks for stopping in.